Hey, what's going on, y'all? I wanted to make this. I wanted to make this video, especially while I was out here on vacation in Florida at my little Airbnb. As you can see, I'm in Destin, Florida right now, showing the Airbnb. Not the best time, and I kind of came out here during Hurricane Sally. But yeah, the reason I wanted to make this video out here was because just to show you the fact that I talk about a lot of ways you can make money and what you can do to start a business, make extra income. And one of the businesses that I wanted to talk about, especially in this video, is one that I'm currently doing right now as a general contractor. We call it a GC in the contracting world. So, a little while ago I started up a general contracting business, and what I want to do is explain to you and show you how you can actually systemize it, automate it to where, like me, you can actually have a little vacation, be away, and then still be making money with your contracting business. So even if you don't have any experience as a contractor whatsoever, a lot of people hear that word contractor and they're thinking of somebody with a hammer and nails building a house or cabinets or something like that. But there's a lot of different aspects when it comes to general contracting. I mean, it's an abundance of different things you can do with that. So I do recommend kind of picking a niche and then mastering that niche and working around it. But as a general contractor, my main thing is demolition. So that being said, I do have a project going down in Houston, Texas right now, but I'm in Florida, and I've already gotten paid, $1,500 for that project online through, QuickBooks Intuit. So if you want to become a general contractor, and I speak this to a lot of my young black brothers out there who need to get a side hustle, who are looking for something to do, but sometimes get intimidated by the fact of what they think it might entail, or the terminology, or just the wording of it. It kind of scares you a little bit. When I became a general contractor, I knew nothing about construction whatsoever. But what you do is start your legitimate business. I went out, I created a domain name, Texas Pro Construction. I got an LLC. I got insurance, $1 million policy. So with that being said, if anything does happen, I'm covered. I can't get sued. Whoop-de-woo. So that being said, you pick one industry. Let's say you want to do I don't know. Let's say you want to build fences. That's part of that's construction work. You want to build fences, right? But you never built a fence before in your life. So what you do is first of all, you create the business, create yourself a name, maybe get a website, Facebook page, stuff like that, maybe an Instagram page. Later on down the line, when you start making some money from your first few jobs, I do recommend getting an LLC and actually getting some decent insurance, which I've done. But simply just start out, just create a name, get the DBA for the name, get the domain for it, make sure nobody else can take it. Market yourself, advertise. So you advertise for, we build fences, $5 a foot. You get your first job, let's say it's a 220-foot fence you need to build up. That's what, a good over $1,000 you're making right there. Now you got that job, you landed that job. Now you have your first job in your pocket as a contractor. Now next, what you need to do is go online, go to Craigslist, go to LinkedIn, go to Facebook, and find a professional fence builder. So find a professional that can build a fence. Now what you're going to do is you're going to explain to him that you're subbing this project out to him. So you're going to subcontract this project out to him. So let's say the project you got, you quoted the customer $2,200. What you do, you find a contractor who's a pro at building fences. You sub that project out to him. So now that's your subcontractor. Out of that $2,200, you might give him, $1,400 for the job, and that's to complete it from start to finish. So you just made a job right now. You profited $800 after you subbed it out to another contractor for what I say, 14 or 15. You made you a nice little chunk of change, and you don't even have to be at that location. Let your contractor call you when he's there. Let him take before and after pictures, and let him contact you when he's finished the job. You contact the customer, make sure the job is done correctly, and the customer's happy, you're paid, and your contractor's paid. Now, what you need to do is set up, I would say, Invoice to Go or QuickBooks, something where the customer can always pay you 50% down. I've been in a lot of situations when I started out. I trusted the customer. I might have been too friendly. I'm like, okay, well, just pay me when the job is done. And what happens is sometimes you might get stiffed. It might be like tooth and nail trying to get the customer to pay you. So from what I learned from that is, don't be afraid to ask for half down before you start that job. So make sure they transfer that money into your account half down before you start, just in case something happens and they don't want to pay you. So I have 50% down. So always ask for half down. And and it's also about building relationships. I forgot to mention that. A lot of noise going on out here right now. It's about building relationships. So let's say you hired a master fence builder. You want to keep that man on your team. You want to keep that contractor on your team, because what's going to happen is you're going to, advertise for more jobs building fences. And now what do you have? You have a fence guy. So you can always sub work out to him, make a profit off that, and you're still putting food on his table. Then you go ahead and expand. You might want to, expand into window or flooring or demolition. Now you can start expanding into different avenues of construction and networking and finding you a professional in that area to help build your team and keep them on pay. So now eventually, when you keep on doing this, you can have a roofer or a framer or a demolition man, a fence man. You start just adding these contractors to your portfolio and working with them and networking with them and subbing out work to them. So where you could be somewhere else and you can make one phone call, sub a job out to your guy, he goes and completes it, you got 50% down in your bank, you pay him the rest when the job is done. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is how you don't have to know anything to be a general contractor to start making money. But what I do advise and what I'm doing myself, I do want to learn the business, because when I started off doing the GC, I started with demolition and trash hauling. Those two things were my thing, demolition, trash hauling, and now I'm doing land clearing, excavation, and all that. But for the first few times, you do want to go out there and work with these contractors. Say, hey, look, I'm going to sub this job out to you so you can get paid, but I'm going to go out there and I'm going to help you do this job too. And be honest with them. Be like, look, I'm now starting out as a GC. I can get to these jobs, but I want to learn how to do them. So I'm going to go work with you. Get out there, work one-on-one with that contractor and see what he's doing, learn what he's doing, because you're going to eventually have to be out giving estimates and bidding these jobs. So you want to see how he does the work, so you can know how to bid it and you can know how to give an accurate estimate. So learn in the process, but work smart, not hard. If you're spending all day working on one job, you have no time to be out there getting other jobs. So you definitely want to work smart, not hard. Learn what you're doing first, then start getting a lot of jobs, subbing them out all at once, and you can have it to where you might have 6 or 7 jobs being subbed out to your contractors at one time. So you're bringing in just an abundance of money every week, day, or month, or how you do it. All right, so that's what I want to let y'all know about contracting, and I'll be bringing up a short one short.